Hi, y'all. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Tina.
Welcome to Awaiting a Blessing. Appreciate all you guys following us and liking us and sharing our posts.
We really do appreciate it. In today's video, we are actually going to be talking about getting to know us a little bit better. So one of the questions that Lifetime has posted for y'all to get to know us a little bit better is what we want for our future child and what they want to have and experience when they get older.
This is more or less related to things that we experienced when we were growing up and what we would want to pass down to our future baby. And I think for me, it's essentially our faith that we both share. And it's probably, such a cliche answer to give, but I do think that, from my experience, even if, 1 week we don't make it to church or, maybe we're just so consumed with working and whatnot that we always do at least take the time to just, say a little prayer, whether that's just, a prayer before we eat or,
Or prayer at night.
Yeah, or maybe we were just, maybe just a prayer that we were having a bad day or something like that. We would say a little prayer to help us get through it. Or maybe we were feeling sad one day, or, in our case, we're going through this adoption, as you guys well know. We have a little prayer that we say just to kind of connect with God and just let Him know that we are patiently waiting. And, it's challenging some days for anybody here that's listening that knows about that stuff. Saying that prayer really kind of, at least for us, it really does lift our spirits and just reminds us that, it's going to happen, and we just need to stay positive and stay focused on sharing our story because, people in our situations, that's all we really have to focus on. That's the only actionable thing that we can do. And to that point, relating back to the question, that's why I want, faith for me is the most important thing, because even on good days, prayer is still important, because everything that, my wife and I see in our daily lives, whether that's, getting in our car, filling up our gas, cooking meals, watching TV, everything that we see, do, touch, interact with is because of God. And we just always take the time and remind ourselves that we need to essentially praise Him and be thankful for Him.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of that a little bit. So my one thing that I want this child to experience is family and travel. I was very fortunate growing up that I traveled with my mom and my dad and my brother. We almost went to every of the 50 states of the United States. My parents would take 2 weeks out of the year and we would just travel. I think one time my dad put 5,000 miles on a rental car. We went from Vegas and the top and bottom of California. I think travel and experiencing different cultures is super important. And I think that, traveling and just being with your family and having those moments, because you can never get them back. And learning life lessons too. So I think those between faith, family, and travel, those are the biggest things that we want for this future child. And we can't wait to share these experiences. And then also including Polo as well in these little adventures.
Yeah, he is little, so you can't really see him. He's kind of just chilling off of frame.
Yeah, he's chilling off of frame. He had a very rough day. Just kidding.
He was so exhausted watching me do stuff.
When I'm doing my work for my work, I work on a tablet, and he loves to put his ball right on my tablet and be like, "Mom, you're not working right now. You have to play with me." So we got to work a little bit, then we can play. No play right now.
Just like that. See, you can't. There's certain words you can't say to your dog because you're like, "What do I get now?" But yeah, going back to our original question, because Polo is such a wonderful and cute distraction. Those two things, which we joked with each other off camera how they're like two very opposite things that we want to bring up with our child and have them experience.
I want them to experience everything that God has created, and also, like I said before, experiencing different cultures.
I just think it's very important to keep faith in your lives, and I really believe it helps you do a mental reset every day And it really reminds you to just take a moment and not be so focused on, the physical tasks and challenges that we all have in our lives, frankly. And to remind us that, it's not all about paying bills and going to doctor's appointments and going to,
going to work, just doing the same thing. We also have to appreciate our faith and appreciate the little things in life as well. With me being a hospice social worker, it does open up my eyes a lot to appreciate the small things. Some things that we take for granted, just even going outside. So I want to show this future child that, we have to appreciate every little moment and every little thing that we do. Doesn't matter if it's big, it's small. You got to appreciate life and you got to appreciate God.
I mean, giving our child faith and traveling with them and taking them places we feel give them perspective, not just from our relationship to God, but also our relationship with essentially the country that we live in. So we honestly cannot thank each and every one of you enough for following us and liking our posts and sharing in our journey. And we know your time is precious, so we do thank you for listening to this. And all that we ask is, if you are comfortable, please do not be afraid to click that share button, because you never know who's going to see that post.
But, like I said before, we thank you for everything, every share, every like, even thinking about us. So we hope you have an amazing, what day is it, Wednesday?
Yeah, we hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day or evening or night
or morning, whatever you see this.
Whenever you play this video, we hope you're doing well, and rest assured we are praying for you guys as well. We do believe in praying for our friends and family, because we all have lives and challenges that we face every day. So rest assured you are all in our thoughts. And we just can't thank you enough for your time. Thank you for following our story and sharing our journey. God bless. Bye.
Bye, y'all.